A man accused of forcing his daughter into an arranged marriage with a cousin 15 years her senior in Syria is suing Channel 9 for defamation, with his barrister claiming the events described on 60 Minutes were pure fiction. 60 Minutes reported in 2014 that Nadia Tabar's parents, Mohammed and Pamela, conspired to move her against her will from Australia to Jordan, beaten and forced to marry a man she had never met. Nadia, who was given the pseudonym Rania Farah, told the program she had been tricked into traveling to Egypt for what she thought was a holiday when she was 13 years old, only for her to be made to live with her paternal relations in Syria for the next 5 years. She was interrogated about whether she had taken drugs or had sex while living in Australia, subjected to a virginity check and physically assaulted by her father, she said. "He's the most evil man I've ever met or anyone would ever meet," she said. The program, presented by Liz Hayes entitled Forced Marriage, featured reenactments of a teenage Nadia creeping down the stairs with her shoes in her hand on the day she allegedly escaped with consular assistance. Nadia called to bear the idea of her future and, with the help of her neighbor, plotted her daring escape, Hayes reported. But barrister Clive Evatt, who is representing Mohammed and Pamela Tabar and their oldest son Omar in the New South Wales Supreme Court, told a jury on Tuesday that this escape was just nonsense. "We say all of this is pure fiction. Nothing of the kind ever took place," Mr. Evatt said. There were 11 transcripts prepared during production and these had become progressively slanted and you might think unfair with each variation, Mr. Evatt said. In one iteration Hayes reported that Mr. Tabar had denied the allegation he had forced his daughter into an arranged marriage, but this was left out of the program that went to air. "All he would say is, forced marriage in Australia is illegal," Hayes reported in the final cut. It's the kind of response that gives absolutely no comfort to his daughter. Throughout the program, it was Hayes who reported that Nadia had been forced into an arranged marriage, but this was never claimed by Nadia herself and in fact no such marriage had ever taken place, Mr. Evatt said. The defamatory allegations were also raised on news reports and promotions ahead of the broadcast, and repeated the following week in the viewer feedback segment. "What's being portrayed in this program is horrible," Mr. Evatt said. "Pity it's untrue." However, Channel 9 is defending the action on the basis of truth and fair comment. During the period she lived in Jordan she was hit, kicked and threatened with hot metal iron for misdeeds such as asking a family member to buy her a razor, kissing her uncle on the cheek and not using enough detergent in cleaning. 9 claims in its defense pleadings that an Islamic marriage ceremony, which consists of a declaration of commitment, took place between Nadia and her cousin in late 2005 or early 2006. The hearing continues.